You are addicted to potential, but you aren't the only one. Shit. That's my biggest issue right now, to be honest with you. That's why I'm here though, because I feel like talking to you guys about it will help me on my journey as well, because you're not always thinking about what needs to be done mentally and, you know, emotionally to progress you in your creative endeavors. And potential is comfortable. I get it. You feel comfortable, so you're gonna keep doing it. But thinking about how you could be something incredible is different than actually being that incredible thing. You're poisoning your ability to actually transition into the incredible form that you imagine. Now, as long as you keep your music hidden from the world unfortunately is gonna hide from your music. So you have to do what has to be done to give yourself that exposure. You must confront the reality that you're avoiding finding out what happens if people don't care. But have you thought about what happens if they do care? You can't be biased. You can't be, too exclusive about what you let in, because you need to let everything in to sift out what needs to stay. That's just how it's gonna work in life. Try to be addicted to creating rather than the imagining phase, because you can't put out an imagination. You can put out a creation. Once you make something, you can put it out. You can't put it out if you haven't made it yet. So get addicted to releasing what you create. And when you release your work, you open the gates of judgment, comparison, scrutiny, which, yes, are bad things, or they can be bad things, but those same gates is what's gonna allow respect, appreciation, recognition. It's gonna let all of those things in as well. So like I said, it's the balance. If you remember chemistry, you have both positive and negative, which encompasses life. So the same thing goes for your music. But be wary of confusing something like recognition for validation, because they are not the same at all. One will lead you down a very dark path. Recognition uplifts you in a way where you're simply being reaffirmed about who you already are. You're being reaffirmed about who you believe yourself to already be. You're just in agreement with somebody else who's also saying it. But with validation, you're killing yourself slowly, because you're trying to find the answer about who you are. You're curious about who you are, and you're trying to find the answer through someone else, through something else. And that's not the way to go, because over time, you're just feeding and starving your ego at the same time. Validation is recognition behind a mask. When we make music, we often misconstrue what perfectionism means, what perfection means. But perfection is the blend of positive and negative, in my opinion. When you blend the raw, vulnerable state of your music with the mastery of your craft, that is how you get perfection. You have to stop. You need to stop silently killing your creative drive by slamming the brakes. Stop killing your creative drive by slamming the brakes. Say that again, write that down somewhere, bro. Because you need to remember that. If you're scared to drive, I was gonna stop cussing. If you're scared to drive, get off of the road. Make space for other commuters. Make space for other drivers. Walk. Take the train. Take the bus. Make a roller skate. Do what you gotta do to stay in motion. Because as long as you're moving, you will get to where you gotta go. You get to your destination. Maybe you don't reach there as fast as going 85 down the highway, but you're gonna reach. And that's better than being stuck. It's better than being stagnant. Don't procrastinate because you're scared of the results. If you don't want the results, that's different. Then don't chase the results. But if you want the results, or you feel like you want the results, you won't know until you actually go ahead and put 100% into that. There isn't any motion without any motion. Say it again, bro. There isn't any motion without any motion. Fam, come on, bro. Potential is worth in Arizona in 2005 nothing, nigga. Potential is worth nothing without taking necessary action. You're wasting your brain space, your bandwidth, your hard drive, your mental hard drive. You're just taking up gigabytes. For what? For what? You're edging your potential energy by not converting it into kinetic. Now, I be using a lot of elementary, middle school analogies. I don't know why, but it just makes sense. Potential energy, you're storing it up. Kinetic energy, you're actually moving. You're actually going somewhere. You're actually progressing. If you're not progressing, you're degressing. People say you can be in the middle. I don't think so. If you're not progressing, actively progressing, then you're degressing. Degressing? Hold up. Is that a word? Is that a word? Regressing? Degressing? You know, whatever. You get my point. You're going backwards if you're not going forwards. Think about it like this. You're doing a slow climb on a roller coaster right before the big drop. But right before you get to that drop, right at the peak, you're just rolling backwards, back to step one. And you're doing that over and over and over again. That don't get exhausting? I know it does. That's why I'm trying to wake up. That's why I'm trying to change up my mindset about it, because it is exhausting. You're in this creative limbo. You're edging yourself creatively. You know, like that's not fun. It's not fun to constantly have these good ideas and let it go to waste because you couldn't get yourself to overcome an obstacle of fear, of anxiety. So if this video happened to find you and you are a creative that has been struggling with procrastination, with being addicted to potential and not acting on it, then I hope this video found you, and I hope that my videos continue to find you, because I feel like I will speak to you in a lot of different ways than just this one topic. This is my first video on this music channel. I have another channel that I just made that's gonna be more broad, more general, more philosophical things, just day-to-day life. This is more my music content because that's what I've been trying to push for myself. But mental health in general, creativity in general, motivation in general is something that's very necessary. So feel free to check that out in the bio. Check out my Instagram in the bio. Check out my music in the bio. Everything in the bio. No, it's fine. It's very simple. The process is very simple, bro. Just create, tease, upload, promote, repeat. Create, tease, upload, promote, repeat. Create, tease, upload, promote, repeat. You do that over and over and over again. Do that for 60 days and tell me where you are, because I doubt you'll be in the same spot as you are now. If you are, DM me personally and we're gonna work out a little Cash App plan, you know? Because if you spent your time to watch this video and get my tips and it didn't get you somewhere different than where you are now in a positive way, then I deserve some of that backlash. Create, tease, upload, promote, repeat. And I said that it's simple, but it's my biggest issue. How could something so simple be my biggest issue? It's the simple things. It's simple but not easy. That's what somebody told me. It's simple but not easy. The system is simple. Sticking to it is another thing. So stick to it and actually see where it goes. So we got to overcome this hill together. Us as creatives, we are all within the same transferable energy. So we have to use that wisely, because you not letting the world see your art, you hiding yourself from the world, can be transferred to somebody else. Wholeheartedly, I believe that. By me resisting letting my art be seen, somebody else out there is feeling that. But if I push myself to let the art be seen, somebody else will also feel that, and they will be motivated to push their art. The world deserves to see and hear your art. The world deserves to see and hear our art. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, and comment one action you're gonna take today that's gonna propel you forward. Today, nigga. Today, not tomorrow, not in a week. What will you do today that will help you reach your goal? May the creativity be with you. Love.